Tarzan, supposedly the king of the jungle. You know, I was always more of a George of the Jungle type guy growing up. George, Georgia the jungle. Watch out! For that tree. Tarzan, or The Legend of Tarzan, it doesn't really add much to the legend, except for an incredibly dull male lead, a distractingly attractive blonde female love interest, and a villain played by an actor of immense talent who really isn't given much to do. Hey, this looks familiar. Now, Hollywood is known for rehashing old film characters and film franchises, especially in today's world, where it seems that everything is either a reboot or a remake or a return to a franchise. But did you know that Tarzan has been in over 200 films since 1918? So apparently the rehashing, the rebooting has been going on for quite some time. Created by American writer Edgar Rice Burroughs, Tarzan is the story of a child who is raised by apes. The biggest problem in this movie is focus. Though it is faithful to the origins of Tarzan, it is actually very faithful to the origins, there's not enough focus on the genesis of the title character. He is trained to run, fight, eat, breathe, and live as an ape by the teachings of his adopted tribe, but these moments are randomly scattered throughout the film with no real sense of belonging. Usually the genesis story of a character is one of the strongest aspects a writer can convey. Yet the writers of Tarzan, The Legend of Tarzan, choose a generic story over one of origin. While watching this movie, I couldn't help but thinking, I feel like I've seen this movie before, this year, done a lot better, by Disney, called The Jungle Book. Oh yeah, that's because I did see that movie. I mean, they're very similar. It's about an orphan child who was raised by the jungle, except Disney does a much better job of focusing on the upbringing, on the development of this character, on showing why he is human, but also a child of the jungle. And that's the other thing with this movie. It was very serious. It took itself way too serious. The actor who plays Tarzan, now I'm not sure if this guy is a good actor or not. I haven't really seen him in other films. I know he is the son of Stellan Skarsgård, the guy from the Avengers movies. But, I mean, they just give this guy nothing to do. It is the most boring title character that I have seen in 2016.
Next time they shine your light in the sky, don't go to it. The bat is dead. Bury it.
Well, I stand corrected. I mean, this is a guy who was raised by the jungle. He was raised by apes. He is supposed to be wild. He is supposed to be a product of his environment, yet he just mopes around like a rich Englishman, which is supposed to be his alter ego, John Clayton, his real name. It was just such a boring by-the-numbers film, and that's the thing. It does have a sense of flow. It is a coherent film. It's just the scenes are very boring. The dialogue, it's not cringeworthy, but it's not really clever. It's pretty generic. Here you have Christoph Waltz, who is probably one of the best living actors we have today. Coming off 2 Oscar roles, nobody has really found a way to use his talents like Tarantino. I mean, his acting in this movie is incredible because he has just such great film presence. He every scene he's in, he steals the scene, even though the dialogue is very generic. I mean, even when he is killed, his last line, when he's just like, Tarzan, Tarzan. You know, it's just so stupid. It's Christoph Waltz, man. He's one of the best actors ever. Give him something cool to say. And as for Margot Robbie as Jane, you know, it's just another, they even try and play down that she's the damsel in distress, that she can fend for herself, but she's really given nothing to do except be kidnapped for Tarzan to go and save her. I mean, there's even the line when Christoph Waltz has her tied up and he's like, scream. And she's like, oh, like a damsel? And he's like, you're Jane. He's Tarzan. He'll come for you. It was just a very boring, self-serious film. A movie like this it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be Tarzan, you know, king of the jungle, swinging from vines. I mean, the only Tarzan moments we really see are he gets the shit kicked out of him by his former ape brother. All of a sudden he knows karate, because apparently the apes know Krav Maga in the middle of the fucking jungle. He beats up a bunch of people like he's fucking Batman, and then he inexplicably swings from all these vines like he's Spider-Man. It was just such a boring, poorly executed film. It wasn't unwatchable. That's the thing. It wasn't unwatchable. So out of 10, I would have to give this movie a 5 out of 10. It's straight down the middle. It's not horrible. It's not good. If you want to see good, go see George of the Jungle.